These guys are not experts.
And I'm not sure they're even that smart.
They do like video games.
And I guess you could say they're funny.
Sometimes.
Well, they do like to talk.
And they do have opinions.
It's time for Video Game Replays!
Yo, what's up, VGR Podcast fam? Back in the building. My name is Dilf. We got CJ top left. What's going on, C?
Hey, I'm here. I'm on top of the world, and I just know best is what I've been told lately. But I know somebody that knows even bester. Beside me.
That's a me. Larry. That's a Larry. Larry, the Asian
Larry.
dude with a double chin and a freaking Italian accent. It's a me. How you doing, Ed?
Asian dude, double chin, Italian accent. He knows bester. Welcome to the show. We got every type of person you'd want, bro. We got the Italian, Asian, double chin, bester guy. I mean, what more can you ask?
Named one.
Well,
one
winner.
Winner. As we know, we've been starting off the show with a question. It's been getting heated recently. We've had a lot of different questions, but I've been thinking of one, and I think I got an interesting one that we haven't asked yet. The question here today is, if you were in a Marvel universe or a superhero universe, would you be a hero or a villain? And what would your powers be? And what would you do? CJ, you seem like a villain type. What's your first plan here?
Dude, I'm gonna be a piece of shit. I'll tell you that. Like, I'm gonna be your stereotypical cocky, stupid villain, dude. I want it all. I want the power. Gotta think now. What would my superpower be? Can I do a little combo kind of thing? You know, like how Superman has like strength and can fly and lasers and stuff. I can make a little combo.
This is a blank slate question. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Like
you're
Burger
the
King
Superman.
thing. I'm gonna make it my way. Probably.
But make it mediocre.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna give myself a corny name. I'll be the Evil C because that's pretty bad. The Evil C. Say I could probably fly. I'm a pretty small guy, so I'm gonna need some super strength. That's for sure. Maybe like some flying, levitating, psychic stuff. You know, kind of like Doctor Strange. Maybe have some portal power, stuff like that. And I'm probably gonna be a big piece of shit. You know, like teach a big piece of shit. Go ahead.
I said blank slate, but I want to put some parameters on it just because
it's not a blank slate then.
Listen, okay, not a blank slate. I take that back. Just so you can't be like, okay, I have super speed, I have super strength, I'm super smart, I'm the best guy ever. I have strength. Just like, limit to like kind of a theme here.
Kind of a character model. Okay, in that case,
kind of a character model.
I'll go. I'll be the brainiac, like floaty guy. You know what I mean? I think we all get it. Kind of like maybe similar to like a Loki. Kind of similar to a Loki, kind of evil. But I think overall my evil is probably, I got some good in me. I'd say I do have some good in me. I'm more of that piece of shit to teach you a good lesson kind of thing. You know, kids eating ice cream. I don't even got to touch it. Whoop. Sometimes you gotta don't cry over spilt frozen milk, you know. So probably be a little shitty. Probably rob some banks. I'd probably try to like kidnap some people. It'd be just to see why not. But I want to take over the world because could be this badass, you know. I could have some cool quotes in there. Like I said, I could go the corny route. Maybe I'll throw some corny quotes out there. Got to think of some, but probably a bad guy. I feel like I've always related to Anakin Skywalker watching Star Wars, man. I get it, you know. I get it. If I was in his shoes, I'd probably do the same. So maybe talk less about sand, but overall, I think the evil power is nice, you know. With great power comes great responsibility. I'm gonna be a responsible villain. I'll still probably put my shopping cart away kind of thing. You know, I'm not a complete piece of shit, but like, I might hit a couple people's cars in the process. I don't know exactly what I'd do other than try to rule the world. I think that's probably little CJ here talking, but I'd be evil, and I could do this as much as I want. If you're just listening to us, imagine me rub my hands maliciously together and he with evil stares. But I guess that's probably my answer. I'm not a big Marvel guy, so I'd probably be a piece of shit to ruin it as much as possible.
I got you,
So,
Larry. What are you being?
my
You good or
answer.
bad guy?
I have to listen to him talk. I was like, why the fuck do we hang out with this guy? I'm not a Marvel guy. I don't like good music. I mean, shit that happens in this world. I thought about it for a second. I'm like, now let me ask you this. You said it was in the MCU or just in Marvel? Where's my stage here? Is it just the MCU?
Oh no, it doesn't. Any superhero universe. Like it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It can be in this universe.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I mean, my thing is being a bad guy sounds fun, but also you're fit to be foiled. So my concern is in the end game of this, I'm gonna end up being like fucking Skeletor. I'm evil. I look
Fair.
cool. I got killer fucking cackle, but I always get thwarted by some dude wearing furry briefs.
Fair.
So being a guy in furry briefs, I think I have the ability to at least be mediocre and be okay. So I think those kind of things work out. Like say, the Avengers have a team. The bad guy is one bad guy, and you got to be like a level of straight badass. There's very, very few that are, not the top shelf bad guy that that gets through it. So I would just to be spoiled, I'd want to be a good guy, but my tendencies lead me towards yes, I want to be a bad guy because the only power I could really get out of this would be one to take the extreme. I want to be like the Beyonder, which basically gives me the ability to do pretty much anything I fucking want to do with matter. To be reasonable, the one superpower I'd always chose would be there's a guy, and I think he fought against X-Force. His name was Zero, and basically he had the ability to create portals to anywhere he could see or anywhere he's actually ever been. And I have been some places where getting my hands on some money and jewelry would not be that fucking hard to do once I got there.
Yeah,
so
fair.
I would probably be an upper level criminal bad guy. Somebody Peter Parker would probably like, hey, I told you not to do that shit. Not someone that the Avengers are going to chase down and want anything to do with. But I'd at least probably be in the group, and then I'd cower away and hide where I could. So mid-level bad guy is probably where I'd end up being.
Just saying here, we're both going to have cool villainous layers. Think about that. I mean, that's pretty cool. If the Knicks start losing a basketball game, I might show up, dude. I might show up and take it in my own hands. And I'm with you. The only thing I struggle with is saying bad guy. I don't want to destroy the planet. Like I live here, you know what I mean? Like I don't really want to do that. I just kind of want to take it over and be like Mr. Kim Jong-un of the world, I guess.
I'm not that level of bad guy either. Like I said, I just want to. I want to cause mischief and steal some shit and do some bad things here and there. But I really don't want to go on my way to hurt people. But why not? I'm create a portal. I was like, I've technically flown over the Pacific, so. Let's create this portal here and push this guy in and see how that goes. That kind of shit.
So can I change my answer and be somewhere in the middle? I'm not necessarily a superhero. I'm not necessarily a super piece of shit, but I just gotta do my own thing with my powers. Running a little low on money. I don't want to work. I'm gonna go ahead and go set up an elaborate plan to steal some shit, kind of beat somebody up. But at the same time, like I said, I'll push my shopping cart back. Might still.
If you see an old lady getting mugged while you're walking, you might help her out. You're like, hey, cut that out.
I kind of think now that we're saying this, I think I live my life like this without superpowers. I talk shit on people I probably should not talk shit on. And I bitch at people for talking shit on people. But
hey, if there's some at Walmart that's a little too expensive, I'll go through the self-checkout and maybe not scan it.
That's allegedly I'm that kind of guy. Not that I'm not saying I've done it, but that's how I feel, like, hey, don't steal from Larry. That's a person, but I'll steal from Target, bro. Fuck Target. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about the day-to-day. So somewhere in between. I changed my answer. Aiden, you gonna be a good guy?
Oh, I want to say I'd be in between too. I know it's I'm piggybacking here. I don't want to say give me the ability to stop time because you cannot give someone like me that power. if you know with Paulo Banchero, that interview, there's a basketball player and he said, what would you do if you had the ability to stop time? And he said, you cannot give someone like me that ability. He was like dead serious. He's like, you cannot. He's like, shit gonna get dangerous.
True.
But no, realistically, I'd kind of be a middle of the pack. I want to say I'm kind of sticking with a super speed character because everyone in my life knows me as Speedy. It's just everyone
Yep.
knows me. I'm just a super quick guy all around. I'm so quick. I'm the fastest 300 pounds you'll ever see. But realistically, I'll be like Robin Hood. I'd be like I'm stealing from the rich and then giving it to my bank account, pretty much. The Robin Hood of just making me more rich. I'd use my super speed powers to pretty much do whatever I want, but I would not be like, keep it PG-13. I wouldn't be non-consensually doing things, or I wouldn't be, except stealing stuff.
Just killing
I don't-
people just to kill people kind of thing. Not
I wouldn't
one
be
of
kill
those guys.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be killing people. I'd be like, I'd definitely, like, if somebody wrongs me, I'd, like, show up to your house and, like, slap you a bunch of times, like, really fast, and then leave. Like, you mess with my family, I'll slap you 100 times in a second. Like that
I
type
don't
of
know. I'd cut off somebody's foot in a portal.
Yeah, I'd
Plug
do that.
bitch up,
I'd
like,
I
Hanging
would
over
say
the
I'd
edge of
probably
somewhere
get on-
really high. Really, dude? Really? Get
Yeah.
back through the portal. Leave me
Yeah, I was gonna say,
alone.
I'd be in my own world because you got to think. And if you're in the MCU and you're doing bad shit,
Oh, yeah,
like
you're getting
I don't want Superman to pull up. Like I don't want Superman to pull up. Like in this world, nobody's stopping me if I have super speed. If I'm the Flash, nobody's stopping me. If I want to do something, but if I'm in the DCU universe, I'm like, oh shit, I actually have the real Flash on my tail, and he's probably a lot faster and not fat as hell. So yes, he has the upper hand. He's not a
So
fat
pick
as
your
they would
guy's
say.
brain. What? That would be you'd be like Fat Albert running backwards, you know what I mean? But like really quick. um,
I have super speed. It just makes me normal speed.
oh
I'm
no.
just like average speed now. Damn it, this did nothing.
I was gonna ask, okay, I'm sure you guys have seen like the charts before. It's like a chaotic good, chaotic evil, chaotic neutral. Like, where would you guys put yourself on something like that then? If that kind of might define it a little better of what your character would be like. Like, where do we sit there?
I'm probably a self-serving chaotic neutral, is what I'd say. I'm not bad. I'm not necessarily good. If there's someone needs help, I'll help them out. If there's like this person over in Bosnia just got their whole family kidnapped, I'm like, okay, I'll be over there in 2 seconds. I might handle it, but also I might rob the people that got kidnapped just because I'm a little low on money and I'm in Bosnia. I might need some food, you know, like, and I would never want to steal from small businesses. That's ridiculous.
That's fair.
Never
I looked up some examples to kind of place myself with the chaotic neutral. You know, you got people like Jack Sparrow, Deadpool, Godzilla, apparently. People like that.
Those
the Hulk
are
even.
good company.
That probably, as I say, it probably suits you. My neutral evil was kind of sitting me with like, that's what I'm saying is neutral evil. You know, personal gain above everything else, but I'm not going to be totally a piece of shit. It gave me some like Taskmaster, Master, Deathstroke, Boba Fett, Jango Fett, like probably something like that. You know, like I'm probably going to be shitty, but not just for the love of being shitty. Like just more of I'm going to benefit no matter what, buddy. You need somebody killed. I gotcha.
I thought CJ was gonna go like World World of Warcraft, like the Lich King or that Sylvana Archer guy. Like I thought he was gonna pull out with the Frostborn or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
But
no, not that bad. I'm more of I'd say own benefit evil, but not so much I'm just gonna just wrong everybody just to wrong everybody. But now like say
No.
like a wealthy man's like, hey, look, like we're in this war and we need this done. I'm not picking sides, buddy. Just give me the money. Yeah, I'll kill that 15-year-old kid that's fighting in the war. I'm sorry, it's just what it is. You asked me to, bro. 12 million, yeah, I got you. Let's just wrap it up quick.
We know a guy with the name is Kian, and we've asked this question before, and he said pretty much he's going full villain and he's killing everybody. Is pretty much what he said.
Oh, he's going
So-
chaotic evil. Yeah, I guarantee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's going
absolutely.
chaotic evil for sure.
Where you
Um,
sit, Larry? Yeah, let's hear it.
I think I try to live my regular life as a true neutral. As I'm looking through this here myself. But I think as a villain, I'd probably fall somewhere between chaotic neutral or like neutral evil. And I think probably even more neutral evil where it's self-serving regardless of who and what it affects. Because like I say, I think I established that in an early question. Like say when the shit goes down, it's me first. And we'll see how the rest of this shit goes. But
Fair enough.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's kind of how I feel.
So yeah, other than those two things, I think that's where I would fall into some degree. Chaotic evil is just
That's
I
cynicism.
have mean streaks, but I don't think I'm that cruel.
Yeah.
I might be, but like I said, I don't think I'm there. But who knows? Like I
Yeah.
said, if I actually had the shit, it may change everything. So
That's fair. I mean, to break it down, one chart I'm reading, Larry, we would both be the opportunist. It says, kind of sounds. I mean, if you're neutral evil, that puts you as the opportunist. Aiden, you'd be the pivoter. It says. So you just thrive in uncertainty and rapid change, is what it says. But I feel like the opportunist suits
Larry,
you well.
You're like your powers are like portal powers, right?
majoritively, yes.
Majoritively, yes. My thing is with super speed, like if the CIA wanted to take care of you, they probably could just cap your ass when you didn't expect it. Like if I'm fast as hell, I like bullets are slow motion to me. Like how are they gonna kill me? Like I
Yeah,
feel like
well,
portal powers,
I'm
they could
so
probably take you
smart.
out.
I already thought about it before they even thought about it.
Oh shit.
Well, I'm just like saying. My thing is with the idea of portals is like I'm either going there or I'm in and out fucking fast. You know, like
Yeah.
the
See me type
simplest,
shit.
most beautiful thing right now of having a portal power would be like portal, beer.
Here.
Portal. You know?
Dude,
And the worst thing is I
absolutely.
probably
I'm
would.
portaling the floor and pissing. You know what I mean?
I mean, it may be off the bar of some place I haven't been in 15 years, but it's there it is.
Absolutely. I was thinking another one like, dude, you could portal the ground and be like, dude, that dude wronged me 20 years ago. I gotta piss. Start pissing over his head, dude. You know what I mean?
It would be so nice to just like go to Walmart whenever you want and just not have to drive. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Yes. Shit, I'll pay, bro. I'll pay. Like, shit, let me portal.
yeah, I probably won't. But
I'm
I got super
sorry.
speed and I'm going to Walmart. I'm not paying.
With what CJ said, I just see myself at some point Aiden sitting there. What the fuck, man? What the hell did that come from?
Dude, I
I'd have
totally
to
would do
fuck with
that.
you.
Like, you're at an important interview. Portal, start just poking the shit out of you or something. Portal gone. Says, yeah, I really got you know what I mean? The fuck, we're not hiring this guy.
Me with my normal speed powers. Larry's like, race you to the Walmart. It takes me 5 hours. He's just there instantly. With my normal speed. I think I'm going so fast, I'm just running like normal.
Place is
Oh, you
30th in
need
a
milk?
4K.
Yeah.
Milk. There you go.
That would be the shit. If you could like portal through and just kind of put the portal above and just start pouring from like another place, just falling into your thing, just drop the milk. Be nice.
You also got to think a speedster, like they have a super fast metabolism. They got to eat a lot. So I'd become ripped. Larry, I feel like you become so lazy. You'd be like unstoppably lazy. You wouldn't have to drive anywhere. You wouldn't have to do anything.
We Han Solo.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's good.
All right. Well, we spent enough time on the superhero talk. A little bit longer on the question than usual. A lot of superhero fantasies. Speaking of superheroes, speaking of kicking ass, we got the Karate Kid in the building. Game this week. I'm hosting. We got Daniel LaRusso. Game's taking place between first and second Karate Kid. Release date November 1987. Developer by Atlas. Published by LJN. It's like an action platformer beat 'em up, kind of essentially. Pretty sick game. Not a whole lot more to go off of. Not the most story other than Karate Kid 1 and 2. I assume you guys. It kind of loosely follows it, but there's not really that much of a story in the game. First impressions. See, you would like this karate kicking action. You like it or you hate it? First impressions.
First impressions, I had to restart because I was totally just getting settled into my chair and I was already in the tournament and fighting and getting my ass kicked. So I had to restart first off. But once I knew I was in the tournament and fighting, kind of cool, you know. Got a little confused at first because I expected at first it more to be, well, after playing it for half a second, I expected it to more be a tournament style thing, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, a little easier than I thought. And then I got my ass kicked like 4 times by Mr. Miyagi there at the end, you know. I don't think it was him, but, you know, that's what I'm going to call him. He was kicking my ass. Yeah, Jackie Chan gave me the business
Dude, that was fucking Johnny. Shit, what the hell is it? Johnny? It's Johnny.
Johnny.
You're gonna
Come on,
That was
hate me.
Johnny.
You're gonna hate me so bad.
He hasn't watched it. There's no way.
My Karate Kid, yeah, it was a little bit later. Wasn't that fucking Smith?
Oh.
Wasn't that Jaden Smith?
Okay,
Wasn't that
I'm
him?
sorry. Go ahead. I ain't talk shit about that one. That's
Jaden
okay.
Smith.
I'll talk shit about
What?
you a little bit.
Wasn't it Will
Yeah.
Smith's son that played in one? Yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
He had one of them,
Karate
yeah, but that's not the main
I've
one.
seen. That's the one I've seen. That's what I was saying. That's yeah. Sorry.
Well, this game is
I
not
think
based
I
off
s-
that.
No, definitely. I found that out. I started to watch the first one at one point and then said, "Oh, I wanted to see the other one," but it was cool. It was pretty simple from the jump. It's basically your typical platformer kind of thing, from the start at least. So I mean, it was cool. Kind of excited to get into it. Nice classic game. You know, this is just one of those refreshers kind of thing. Well, I know we've mentioned it before. It's nice to go back and touch an NES game. This is one of those games that gives you that feeling where it's, oh, cool. There's not 8 million things happening on my screen. I'm not lost looking for a quest. I'm not getting fucked over by 14-year-olds playing Call of Duty. Like, it's just relaxing and typical. It's like your base video game. So it was cool.
Yeah,
took
this
me-
is definitely
took me nice.
it's definitely more of a simpler, shorter game for sure. You start off, you're in this tournament, you have a health bar, a cumulative health bar. You lose it after each fight. You keep your health bar in the next fight, and then you go through your tournament. You kick ass. I did probably lose to the last guy like 5 times, and then restarted. But after that, you got a simple action platformer. But I enjoyed the game. I actually did enjoy this game a decent bit. It was, I think, just the simplicity. It was kind of refreshing to have a good old simple action platformer to come back to, and I actually know the context of Karate Kid, unlike the dwarf game. But yeah, first impressions, I enjoyed it.
Fair.
Larry,
fair.
what'd you think?
First off, Johnny Lawrence is the initial bad guy in this. And I'll stand on the side of saying that LaRusso was the bad guy in original Karate Kid, not Johnny Lawrence. Johnny Lawrence was just some dickhead trying to keep his girlfriend, and then
I don't
all
get
went
it.
to shit. But that's for a whole different movie review. Game wise, yeah, I thought it was just kind of quick that it threw you into the tournament. I mean, there ain't much else to get there other than maybe some training shit, which that could have been cool, you know. Learning to do, you know, paint the fence and all that stuff, just to mash out buttons. But either way, initially out the gate, as I recall, it's the fucking Karate Kid, man. That's pretty cool. Can't beat that. Now time and a little bit of bias fed by one particular nerd that won't be spoken, made you think that it's not a good game. And he may still be kind of right, but it's for what it is. Like you guys have said, it's a straightforward action platformer, which gives you the ability to do crane kicks and drum punches. So I think that's a good place to start.
I like the fact a lot. It was kind of you got more options. It made it feel more advanced. You could do the crane kick, you could do the drum punch, but you could also do while you're crouching. You could punch. You could do the crouch kick. You could do the jumping punch. It kind of gave it a little more depth for sure. But yeah, as you said, it was a basic game. It wasn't a Castlevania or anything like that. The graphics, how'd it look? 1987 is when this game came out. See, we'll go back to you again. What do you think of the graphics?
I didn't think they were terrible. 87, not bad for 87. Like we've mentioned before, there's definitely better painted pictures later on in the NES line, but 87, not bad. I didn't think they were terrible. I thought some of the mechanics weren't the best. I do question why the Karate Kid can only jump 4 inches off the ground. I will say that. That was infuriating. But other than that, mechanically, I don't think it was just terrible either. Like I said, it looked pretty. I don't think it lagged like a part of me expected it to. There was a couple times I'm trying to kind of would get away enough to where I would start running. Just fuck that guy. I'm not going to fight him. Get 3 or 4 of them on my screen. Didn't bog me down. That was kind of nice. I did like if you like both attack at the same time, kind of the whoa, it shoots you both back. That was cool. That's some nice touches for a game of its time. Like you guys mentioned, the crouching and different moves and stuff was really fun. They look smooth. They went over well. Um, let's see. One thing that irked me a little bit with the graphics is coming off of like a higher elevation. If there was an enemy right at your feet, like one step down, it was kind of difficult to get past at first for me. I guess I just tuning to crouch, but at first I was like trying to jump, but I couldn't jump high enough, so I'd land on him and eat shit. And then I was trying to crouch and hit him, but eventually I kind of figured it out that I could crouch and hit him. But like I said, at first it kind of threw me off, irked me a little bit, but wasn't game breaking. Graphically, I think the worst thing was probably the 3-inch vertical for the Karate Kid. It was a little mind boggling, but I thought it looked good. It looked fine. It didn't break my heart like it could have. So overall, happy with how it looked.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I feel like one of my a couple gripes with how the game looked. Other all the enemies were pretty much the same. They were pretty much the same
very fair.
character model for a lot of the smaller enemies. I'm not talking about the tournament. Obviously, you have like slightly different character models. But for all the enemies after the tournament, other than the shit flying in the air, you kind of have the same for each like lower level mob. It's kind of the same person and same character model every time. And with a little bit of the verticality play was a little messed up and janky. It was hard to tell from what's the background and what's a platform you can actually stand on. I had some problems with that. And overall, it just felt clunky when moving vertically and moving up. It felt clunky, especially since you can only jump really short spaces. But other than that, I didn't think it looked horribly. It didn't blow my mind for a game for 87. Give it a little bit of excuses, but not much. It wasn't impressive by any means. Larry, you share the same sentiment, or you got something different?
It was straightforward. Daniel like Daniel, and basically, the only thing you're gonna fight is people. So I mean, there's not a whole lot of things to get there. The tournament, like I say, I'll take the little small bits. The floor did look like the fist, which is semi-true to accurate to the movie. Okinawa looked like a foreign land to some degree with a little bit of Asian buildings going on. So, I mean, nothing spectacular, but it was serviceable. I mean, like I say, you knew what was what. I don't think there was anything in that. A couple of the places where you got inside the buildings and you had the little sub games, which I don't know if you guys caught those. They look good. Like say the catching the flies, the fucking ice break, and all that.
Jumping over the hammer.
Yeah, fuck the hammer.
Hitting the hammer.
Yeah, amen, brother. Amen.
But yeah, it all means hey, it was serviceable. I know that the LJN gets a really big shit pile dumped on it because it produced games that sucked, but this was okay. Like I said, it looked fine. Really, it just nothing great, nothing bad. So you can't complain with it.
I'd agree. I want to say one more thing. I don't know if this is mechanics or graphics. Some of the hitboxes kind of felt janky. Felt like if I was kicking something, okay, I feel like okay, that maybe should have hit. It was kind of annoying to play around. If I got, especially since I have enemies running at me 1,000 miles per hour, the hitboxes were a little janky. But on to the next point, soundtrack. Personally, soundtrack for me wasn't very memorable. I went back and listened to it because I couldn't remember the soundtrack. And it was okay. It wasn't bad. Again, wasn't standout. I wouldn't say it's a bad soundtrack by any means. The sound design for me wasn't horrible. I didn't hate the sound design. See, what do you think of the soundtrack?
I didn't hate it either. It felt a little repetitive, a little bit kind of similar thing that you said. I had to kind of go back and listen. Nothing really stuck. Didn't think it was terrible. For some reason, it felt oddly familiar. I've definitely never played this game. I don't think there's even a chance I played it before, but some of the sounds sounded kind of familiar. Not sure why. Could just be that retro sound, but kind of similar. It wasn't anything spectacular. It's serviceable. It did its job. It was all right. I don't hate it. I like it better than some other soundtracks we've heard. That's for sure. It didn't sound like farting and shitting in the mic, which is always a plus. So I liked it. It was all right. It was cool. Just did its part. Larry, back me up.
I'm with you. The intro music was pretty okay. I don't believe that's actually anything from the Karate Kid movies, but it did feel kind of mystical, kind of, Asianish, if you will. Outside of that, I didn't care much for the noises. The whistles, the little dying tune was kind of terrible, but I think just dying itself sucked. But yeah, run the mill. I say it. I think it pulls down some of the quality that we might see in the game itself, just because it doesn't stand that well. Like I said, the graphics are very decent for what it was, very basic to the point, but sounds just didn't go that far. I mean, like I say, it was just enough, a step above Atari almost to some degree. At what it felt like.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Fair enough. I feel like we're all in agreement on the soundtrack and the sound design. Speaking of the sound design, it was kind of mid. Anything else you think that was kind of mid? What's your least favorite part? Larry, what stood out as your least favorite part of this game?
I'd almost say like it did well in the idea of trying to follow the movie, but it just made for a bland game. Like I say, I know you want to keep with it, so yeah, you're not gonna really have a whole lot of variety in enemies and all that stuff. But it just it tried to give you something more than it was, and I think by that it made it too hard. Because like I said, there's actually an end to this game, and I guess you fight that guy on Okinawa, but I did not beat that part at all. So
I actually beat it. I don't think it was that hard. I don't think it was that hard to a point. And then you have a little Miyagi screen at the end. I don't remember what it says, but Miyagi pops up and there's like text underneath it.
Well, I've seen it show. I've never made that far. That may just be like the will not to fight through that damn last level.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. I guess I would say about to is the bounce back, or like say with those guys when they fight you, you get in a spot where you're caught up. Yeah. You're just going back and forth, and you're just dead. There ain't nothing you can do about it. You caught up two guys in a mosh pit, and you're done.
Fair.
I agree.
But yeah, I can see it.
I got two guys sandwiching me from the front and the back, just pounding me back and forth, and it just taking my life away instantly. I'm full health, and I'm getting pounded back and forth, and I'm just one health off something I couldn't even do. I was spamming, punching, and kicking, and there's nothing else I could do. I'm just getting pounded, and that brought up a memory. I didn't even think of that. Getting pounded from the front and the back was probably my least favorite part of the game. That was a pain in the ass. You collect the little letters at the top, jumping 2 inches in the air. You can collect your little levels or little letters and finally get up to good health, and you just get pounded from the front and the back. And there's nothing you could do because you're in a knockback animation where you just get hit back and hit back and hit back and hit back, and you can't do nothing about it. And mixed with other parts of the game, which were frankly mid, I similarly enjoyed the game, but something that I feel like could have made the game much better. Not only just make it a little longer because it was a short-ass game. I can't imagine paying full price for this when it released. But you have the tournament at the beginning, so you just blow your load on the tournament, and then you start the game. It would, for me, be better, even if it might not be following true to the movie, have like a little tournament at the beginning, and you beat a stage. Okay, I'm beating a stage, and it's kind of progressing like a movie. And okay, I have another tournament now with a higher risk, and like stuff like that. You're splitting up the tournament. And Larry froze. I'm talking about how bad the game is, and Larry froze with that face. That was not very good. He just froze with the worst face possible right there. Talking about the things I don't like about this game. I'm kind of getting passionate right now, but I actually didn't hate the game. I don't know why I'm getting so passionate. I actually kind of like the game, but I feel like they could have done a lot more with it. The verticality was annoying for me. How little you jumped, and the design of the board. I didn't know what I could stand on, what I couldn't. Getting you pounded from the front and the back wasn't enjoyable. The tournament, I feel like they could have split it up. It kind of didn't make sense to have a tournament in the beginning, and then you progress, and then you start an action platformer, and they never bring up the tournament style back into the game ever again. I enjoyed the Okay, I'm just gonna stop right there because it's the least favorite part of the segment. CJ, I'm getting passionate here. Do you share my passion for the mishaps in this game?
To a point, yeah, I would like to point out you kind of sounded like a Colin Jost skit where they write jokes for each other and Michael Shea, where you're like, getting pounded from the front and the back. Speaking of getting pounded from the front and the back, it's what it reminded me of. But I agree with a lot of it. I mean, I actually felt really similar. I was thinking it as you guys were going. The tournament at the beginning, yeah, it felt like it. I was kind of disappointed. Don't get me wrong, I didn't want that to be the whole game, but it would have been cool if they just, tried not following, as you put it, Larry, the movie. I don't necessarily know, but it would be cool if they just went into it more of, hey, this is your tournament, and you go, you do this. People are trying to kick your ass. Hey, this is a higher stakes tournament. If you want to make it to this final tournament and beat your nemesis, dude, you gotta win this tournament too. I feel like that would have just made for a better format. So I guess kind of just the lack of execution on their part is kind of disappointing. I personally didn't get pounded from the front and back at the same time. I definitely got pounded from the front and the back, just not simultaneously. Honestly, I guess it's a hot take because you guys didn't say it. I fucking hated the bonus levels, dude. I didn't. They kind of fucked me over. I didn't like them. The flies with the chopsticks was pissing me off. Itty bitty little flies. The hammer. I good concepts, just not for my skill level. I'll tell you that. They just kind of fucked me up. It felt just a little too. I don't know, like Aiden. I think you might have said it best. You blow your load on the tournament, and then it kind of just feels like, I don't know. Like imagine fighting Bowser and then taking his minions on. You know what I mean? Like it's just, well, Princess is saved, but I'm not done kicking ass. It's It's just kind of almost how it felt. Like I didn't get to the end. I don't know the movie completely, obviously either, but I feel like there was an opportunity to make this a better game that they just didn't capitalize on. So I guess that's just where I get left disappointed.
Looks like we're all in agreement. This game has a good part, a good amount of things that were not enjoyable. Let's move on to favorite part of the game. I will start us out. Again, like I said, I actually like this game. This is one of my favorite games that I've played the past couple episodes. But I actually enjoyed this game. I'm just passionately because I feel like it could have been so much better with just a few minor execution issues. I am going to go and complete 180 and disagree with CJ. I like the mini games. I enjoyed the mini games. It kind of felt like a Mario or like a Kirby mini game where it's not really stakes, but you're just playing it to kind of get points. And it's kind of refreshing going through and they're short. If I was progressing to this level and I was playing this mini game and I have to play this mini game, I'm gonna play this, I don't really want to play this mini game for the next 4 minutes. It's short. It's like 20-30 seconds. Get some extra points. I believe there's 3 or 4. We got the ice one, the hammer one, the catching the flies. Is there one I'm missing?
That's all I recall.
Oh, I saw.
They definitely could have added some more like even painting waxing the car.
Yeah.
Or like mini games like that could have definitely kind of paid tribute to the movie a little more. But I like how simple it was. It could have been longer. The execution could have been better. I like the platforming. I like the kicking. I like how you can crouch and kick. You can jump kick. You can jump punch, crouch punch. Different types of punching and kicking. I don't mind the letter system getting health. This was kind of popular back in the day of kind of collecting these letters once you kill an enemy to get a power up or a health. Didn't hate that. CJ, what's your favorite part of the game?
I definitely was gonna say, I mean, at least you had a couple options on the moves. I kind of agreed to the sense that it was pretty simple. I didn't get to the end, like I said, but I mean, overall, it was a simple platformer, kind of breath of fresh air. I did like the tournament at the beginning a lot, though. Not that it was at the beginning, just I enjoyed the tournament that was at the beginning of the game. I liked it. I don't think, like I said, in my least favorite part, I don't think I enjoyed that as the full game, but it was a cool concept. I do wish they kind of capitalized a little harder on it. But I guess it's up there on that hell yeah spectrum too. You know what I mean? Your martial martially arting is what I was gonna say. Martially arting people. Yeah. And I mean, it's kind of
Doing the kung
kick-ass.
fu's.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's cool. It's a cool concept. I wish there was a little better execution. Left a little disappointed, but I mean, the simple play, kind of like just beat 'em up as your platforming. So cool. There's nothing fancy, nothing special. No guns, no long range. You're just kicking ass, taking names, and progressing your way through it. Honorable mention. I did like kind of the stage switches in a way. I did like that it switched from the tournament. Like I've said 8 times now, I wish it did switch back. But I also, it was nice that it wasn't just the same stage. You know, you move into the stuff like the weather's coming down and stuff. So that was a nice soft touch to it that they could have expanded on more. Would have been cooler with more tournaments. But
Which was a pain in the ass, by the way. The birds and sticks flying at you,
yes,
getting
no,
knocked
it
back
was.
24/7.
It was absolutely a pain in the ass.
But I'm not holding that
I
against the
appreciate
game.
the
I'm just
switch
saying.
up. Yeah, I appreciate the switch up. It at least made it not so repetitive, as simple as it was in a way. So gets a couple of flower points for me, but like to hear Larry's couple little flower points, as I put it.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm very happy to hear that you guys were very about this, or at least enjoyed it. Um, I'm with you. Like I said, I really enjoyed the tournament part. I did get into the initial first stage of it. I think my personal enjoyment drops off as soon as you hit that storm level. I was just glad to get through it, and then the last level just kicks my ass. Um, I'm with you. I think the concept's good. I'm happy that they tried to make a pure movie-based game. I just think they would got more mileage out of it if they had just tried to add something more to it. I don't know whether that be variety or what. Which again, you got the mini games, but I think the first level they could have actually made a level. It wouldn't have been anything too crazy. Him going through it, mini games of him, like Aiden said, wax on, wax off, paint the fence, paint the floor, something in there, which would have just been a simple something to break up the monotony of it. Just have him going through like a USA town or something, because he was in California. So that may have gave it a little more playability. Maybe the thing we're missing, like saying that, because the tournament side was pretty good. But I think again, you wouldn't hit any more tournaments in the movie franchise, so them have fitting it in would be the hard part. But all in all, I guess that's why I would find enjoyable with it.
It's talking to nobody over
Mike's
here.
muted. But yeah, I agree. I feel like a lot of the issues with these games, kind of the one-off games that we're exploring, is they just don't have enough meat and potatoes to go with them. There's a bunch of different things that they could have sprinkled in some cutscenes, add more mini games, spread out the tournament to multiple different levels, have an actual like good boss that you fight. Just adding that stuff will just improve the quality of life, the enjoyment, the experience of a game so much more. I feel like you wouldn't really have to put anything new in there. You wouldn't have to design new stages really. You would have to take the tournament stage that you have, spread it out, and have different tournaments. Add context to those tournaments. Add a couple different little small mini games, like just stuff like that. Just wouldn't have to completely change the game. Just add some more stuff to it. We've gone through We've gone through our categories here. Going into the final thoughts. Like I said, could have done a lot more with it. Soundtrack was all right. The graphics were all right. Verticality had a little issue with it. Just a lot of things they could have done better. I actually enjoyed this game. I enjoyed playing this game. I'm just saying it because it was my game that I feel like could have been a lot better. And just by adding a few different things, and it wasn't.
Here.
I'm holding myself accountable. No. I just feel like it could have been better. CJ, final thoughts. What you got?
A lot of the same boat. I almost would have liked to see it in more of a, like you said, when you add some story, maybe it's more of a, you're trying to be the number one. It's like, hey, in this tournament, you're fighting the number 15th ranked martial artist in the fucking world. And, it just adds some of that. Feels like you got the bone structure down for what could be a really muscular, beefed up game. And instead you landed with me. So You know what I mean? It's like it did some things well. I don't think it really blew my socks off with anything. I think it was a weird format. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie. If believe in you all that they followed it, it almost probably would have felt better if they flipped it and just put the tournament at the end and but turned up the difficulty slightly. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that would have just
Yeah.
made more sense for a game wise. I mean, I guess I can't relate to it, Larry. You said that it's kind of glad that they did make a game based on it, which I'm always here for it. I've never been huge on movie games. I never thought that they're great, but I do enjoy that they exist. I normally do tend to try to pick one up, kind of thing. At least the PS2 days and stuff. I'm more of my oh my god, that movie was so good. I got to get the B game now. So stuff like that. But just a lot of potential. It just feels really raw, honestly. It almost you could have convinced me this was a demo, and I would have believed you. I think this would have been a great start to a pretty deeper game. But overall, not hate towards it. It was okay. It was enjoyable enough. A little difficult. It was all right. Final word.
Well, I can't argue with you on those. I really, I don't know. You said something that kind of triggered it. It feels like it was a blueprint that was taken wrong. And I mean on the idea of, we want to play some of the movies, some of the action games that we get into. Uh, you know, any Schwarzenegger movie, Rambo, Top Gun. You want to play these games, but this itself kind of helps set a standard of cheaply done. It meets the story, so you don't need anything else. We're not going to give you anything else, and it's still big enough. And probably, like I didn't. I think while one of you guys were talking, I was checking to see when the next movie came out. Yeah, so it definitely falls after the second movie came out. So maybe they were trying to write off the coats of that without knowing the third movie was coming or something like that. But it's just it felt the terrible cash in. I think it's really where this kind of starts, and it's not the worst one, but I think it's kind of like the first one that makes that really kind of starts to show itself as being a game that's nothing more than the movie, and we didn't put any effort in. Paid me $50.
Fair.
Agreed. Would I recommend it? I want to say probably not, honestly. The game, it doesn't feel bad to play. I would recommend it if like I said, you want a short little action platformer beat 'em up game with not a whole lot of meat and potatoes to it. You could beat it in 20 minutes if you get good at it. That's the only point I recommend it. But if you're really looking for a good karate game, I probably wouldn't recommend it. Would I play it again? I've beat it. I definitely would not play it again. I'm pretty certain that I will not play this game again. For me personally, I did have some enjoyment in it, but I beat the game. There's not really a whole lot left to see. I mean, it was just a basic short game. Not a whole lot to it. I beat it. I'm not coming back to it. See, do you feel the same way? Feel differently?
Yeah, I played the demo. They never came out with the full game, is what it feels like. So I'm not gonna come back to it myself. I don't really see a reason to recommend it. I normally try to find, some benefit of the doubt. I mean, if you're the biggest Karate Kid fan in the world and it's a must play to you, sure. But in all fairness and honesty to the general person, general video game enthusiast, there's better platformers to pick from, more polished, even of its time, without going super crazy and looking amazing. Like, there's just better options. And so I think when we're talking apples to apples here, probably not going to tell anybody about it to go play it. Might say the opposite. Like I said, I don't hate it. Just not enough love for me to spread the gospel on it. So, Larry, you feeling
Well,
similar?
I wouldn't consider any part of this thing any sort of gospel of anything.
Yeah.
So I was a little thrown off of that. I know probably will not play it again. Not likely, not highly. It's really bored, and I just got done beating Three Stooges again in my life. But recommendation wise, the only way I would really recommend it though to anybody is if you've had the pleasure of watching the Angry Video Game Nerd's first or second video where he talks about the Karate Kid, and he fucking slashes that damn game.
Yeah.
Play it and find out yourself. And like I said, I don't know like if you guys had seen this prior or seen that prior to playing it. But I think that your reviews that we've given here shows that it's not as awful
Not
as
as bad as
he sold it for.
Yeah.
So, but it's still not like a top level thing. But I think it's going to go down the infamy of Nintendo games because of the Angry Video Game Nerd, and I think part of what
that video did numbers.
Think that we've done is I think what we've done is help bring it to the foreground that it's okay.
There's worse.
Yeah.
There's worse.
There's worse,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Definitely been worse.
Well, there's a way to figure that out.
There is a good way to figure that out.
There's a great way to figure that out. Put numbers to papers. We're giving a rating 1 through 10 VGR scale. Do we have numbers, boys? C, do you have a number in mind?
Yes, sir. That's a check mark. Yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
Check mark. Thinking about it. Ooh, interesting. That's for
Pause.
the post
Pause.
paid service.
For the Patreon.
I think if I shake my hand a few times, you're gonna see the number. 4's up for me. I don't think it was spectacular. I wish it had more. Just feels could have used more meat and potatoes. Not really too much more to add to what's been said. I'll give it 4 fingers. I'll give it the 4-finger death punch.
Give it the 4-finger death punch. Larry, you got a number?
I don't want to try to ride the wave, but it sounds pretty there. Not much with it. Ain't much to get to. It's not awful. Not good. I'm gonna just throw it at about 4.5. You can play it. It can be played. But I don't think that you really want to come back and play a whole lot of it. So 4.5 is plenty. Probably maybe a little more than it deserves. But well enough.
I'm kind of riding the wave too. Only difference is I'm giving it the 5-knuckle shuffle. I'm giving it a 5 on the dot. 5's where I'm landing. Purely off the soul that it's a beat 'em up action platformer. I want to say you're probably playing this with an emulator. There's much better platformers, like CJ said. If you want kind of a beat 'em up with a lot more meat and potatoes to it, Batman the video game, I feel like kind of does that. You can beat 'em up, you can shoot 'em up, you can bat ring 'em up, and you got bosses, and you can bat 'em up, and you got cutscenes, and better graphics, and better movement, all around better. This game just purely off the fact that it's an action beat 'em up. It's in the hell yeah category. Just a 5. It's just a 5 in my book. That's what we got. CJ, what does that bring us to?
4.5. That is an average game.
4.5 out of 10. Average game, VGR scale. A VGR average on the game today. The Karate Kid, 4.5 average. It's a average game. Now, we have to have someone send us out, and I'm choosing CJ for today. Now, CJ, send us out. Tell him what to do.
I'd love to send him out. First, open your ears, open your eyes, see me and hear me. I do have lyrics for you today, as I always do. Hey, miss, I'm your Mr. Miyagi. I'ma come kick it in the back of the Balenciagi. That's what Kanye West did say one time. So, a little bit fitting, a little bit not, but on a better scale and a better way to tell you about us instead of using that. I think you should just like, share, follow, tell all your friends we're your favorite podcast in the world. Tell Amazon Alexa, play that shit, play the VGR podcast. What's she gonna do? Now playing the VGR podcast on Amazon Prime. She's gonna play that shit.
Is.
We're on Spotify. We're on all your favorite podcast streaming things. If you want to come see our 3 pretty faces, debatably, hit us up on the YouTube. Come give us some comments. Come ask us some questions. Call our opinion stupid. Call our opinions great. Interact with us on socials. We got Instagram, we got Facebook. Send us an email, vgrpod@gmail.com. We have been asking questions. You send us one, and I promise we will answer it. So if we get enough questions, maybe we can even do a whole VGR Q&A, and that's a bunch of letters at once. It's only an acronym for Video Game Replays Question and Answers, but we will do it. If you have recommendations for games, you want to see things, let us know. Let us know. There's only one way we can find out, and that's through email, comments, or sharing, I guess, in public with us if you happen to scope us out and know where we live. But
Ask away, man. Go at it.
yeah. Hey, it's been another fun ride on our postseason show. I'm CJ.
I'm Larry.
Still from
One
the
more
building.
time. There we go.
We out.
Peace.
Later.